Martha by Walter de la Mare. Once upon a time, over and over again Martha would tell us her stories in the hazel glen. Hers were those clear gray eyes you watch, and the story seems told by their beautifulness, tranquil as dreams. She would sit with her two slim hands clasped round her bended knees, while we on our elbows lolled and stared at ease. Her voice and her narrow chin, her grave, small, lovely head, seemed half the meaning of the words she said. Once upon a time, like a dream you dream in the night, fairies and gnomes stole out in the leaf-green light, and her beauty far away would fade as her voice went on, till hazel and summer sun and all were gone. All fordone and forgot, and like the clouds in the height of the sky, our hearts stood still in the hush of an age gone by. Crabapple by Ethel Talbot. I dreamed the fairies wanted me to spend my birthnight with them all, and I said, "Oh, but you're so wee, and I am so tremendous tall, what could we do?" "Crabapple stem," said they, and I was just like them. And then, when we were all the same, the party and the fun began. They said they'd teach me a new game of dew-ponds. "I don't think I can play that," I said. "Crabapple blue," said they, and I could play it too. And then, when we had played and played, the fairies said that we would dance, and I said, "Oh, but I'm afraid that I've no shoes." I gave a glance at my bare toes. "Crabapple sweet," said they, and shoes were on my feet. And then we danced away, away, until my birthnight all was done. And I said, "I'll go home today, and thank you for my lovely fun. I'll come again." "Crabapple red," said they, and I woke up in bed.
I Keep 3 Wishes Ready by Annette Wynne. I keep 3 wishes ready, lest I should chance to meet any day a fairy coming down the street. I'd hate to have to stammer or have to think them out, for it's very hard to think things up when a fairy is about. And I'd hate to lose my wishes, for fairies fly away, and perhaps I'd never have a chance on any other day. So I keep 3 wishes ready, lest I should chance to meet any day a fairy coming down the street.
Fairy Wings by Winifred Howard. Through the windmills fairies weave stuff for wings from the breath of the winds on the hills. From the south comes the blue, from the west saffron hue, from the east comes the rose, and the north brings the silver from the snows. Colors blended, dainty, fair, silken fabric, light as air. They fashion as wings and spread them to catch the sunshine at noon, dip into dew and hang them to dry on a clear frosty night from the beams of the moon.
Circus Parade by James S. Tippett. Here it comes, here it comes. I can hear the music playing. I can hear the beating drums. On parade, gaily plumed a horse and rider lead the circus cavalcade. Knights in armor with their banners calmly riding by. Horses hung with velvet trappings, stepping proudly high. Circus wagons slowly clanking, drawn by 6-horse teams, red and gold and set with mirrors where the sunlight gleams. Yawning lions in their cages, polar bear with swinging head, restless tiger pacing back and forth with noiseless tread. Horses snorting and cavorting with wild yelling cowboy bands, dressed up monkeys riding ponies, bowing as we clap our hands. Herds of elephants and camels marching one by one, troops of painted clowns advancing, playing tricks and making fun. At the end, the steam calliope comes playing all too soon, saying the parade is over as it pipes its wildest tune. Holding Hands by Lenore M. Link. Elephants walking along the trails are holding hands by holding tails. Trunks and tails are handy things when elephants walk in circus rings. Elephants work and elephants play, and elephants walk and feel so gay. And when they walk, it never fails. They're holding hands by holding tails.
The Sea Princess by Catherine Pyle. In a garden of shining seaweed, set round with twisted shells, under the deeps of the ocean, the little sea princess dwells. Sometimes she sees the shadow of a great whale passing by, or a white-winged vessel sailing between the sea and sky. Without the palace, her seahorse feeds in his crystal stall, and fishes with scales that glisten come leaping forth at her call. And when the day has faded from over the lonesome deep, in a shell as smooth as satin, the princess is rocked to sleep. Paper Boats by Rabindranath Tagore. Day by day I float my paper boats, one by one, down the running stream. In big black letters I write my name on them and the name of the village where I live. I hope that someone in some strange land will find them and know who I am. I load my little boats with shiuli flowers from our garden, and hope that these blooms of dawn will be carried safely to land in the night. I launch my paper boats and look up into the sky and see the little clouds setting their white bulging sails. I know not what playmate of mine in the sky sends them down the air to race with my boats. When night comes, I bury my face in my arms and dream that my paper boats float on and on under the midnight stars. The fairies of sleep are sailing in them, and the lading is their baskets full of dreams.
Questions at Night by Louis Untermeyer. Why is the sky? What starts the thunder overhead? Who makes the crashing noise? Are the angels falling out of bed? Are they breaking all their toys? Why does the sun go down so soon? Why do the night clouds crawl hungrily up to the new-laid moon and swallow its shell and all? If there's a bear among the stars, as all the people say, won't he jump over those pasture bars and drink up the Milky Way? Does every star that happens to fall turn into a firefly? Can't it ever get back to heaven at all? And why is the sky?
Green Moth by Winifred Wells. The night the green moth came for me, a creamy moon poured down the hill. The meadow seemed a silver sea, small pearls were hung in every tree, and all so still, so still. He floated in on my white bed, a strange and soundless fellow. I saw the horns wave on his head. He stepped across my pillow in tiny ermine boots and spread his cape of green and yellow. He came so close that I could see his golden eyes, and sweet and chill his faint breath wavered over me. "Come, child, my beautiful," said he, and all so still, so still.
The All Alone Tree by F. O'Neill Gallagher. There's a tree that is growing alone on the hill, by the path that winds up at the back of the mill, and we're awfully fond of it, Maudie and me, and we call it the All Alone Tree. It is old, and it's wrinkled and twisted and dry, and it grows by itself with no other tree nigh, and we always sit under it, Maudie and me, because it's the All Alone Tree. In the bright summertime when they're cutting the hay, then the birds come and sing in its branches all day, and we're awfully glad of this, Maudie and me, because it's the All Alone Tree. But in the dark winter, the birds have all flown, and we know that it's standing there quite alone. So we creep out and kiss it then, Maudie and me, because it's the All Alone Tree. The Wolf by Georgia Roberts Durston. When the pale moon hides and the wild wind wails, and over the tree-tops the nighthawk sails, the gray wolf sits on the world's far rim and howls, and it seems to comfort him. The wolf is a lonely soul, you see. No beast in the wood nor bird in the tree but shuns his path. In the windy gloom they give him plenty and plenty of room. So he sits with his long, lean face to the sky, watching the ragged clouds go by. There in the night, alone, apart, singing the song of his lone, wild heart. Far away on the world's dark rim, he howls, and it seems to comfort him. Adventure by Hilda Conkling. I went slowly through the wood of shadows, thinking always I should meet someone. There was no one. I found a hollow sweet to rest in all night long. I did not stay. I came out beyond the trees to the moaning sea. Over the sea swam a cloud, the outline of a ship. What if that ship held my adventure under its sails? Come quickly to me, come quickly, I'm waiting. I am here on the sand. Sail close. I want to go over the waves. The sand holds me back. Oh, adventure, if you belong to me, don't blow away down the sky. The Rabbit Song Outside the Tavern by Elizabeth Coatsworth. We who play under the pines, we who dance in the snow that shines blue in the light of the moon, sometimes halt as we go. Stand with our ears erect, our noses testing the air, to gaze at the golden world behind the windows there. Suns they have in a cave, stars each on a tall white stem, and the thought of a fox or an owl seems never to trouble them. They laugh and eat and are warm, their food is ready at hand, while hungry out in the cold we little rabbits stand. But they never dance as we dance. They haven't the speed nor the grace. We scorn both the dog and the cat who lie by their fireplace. We scorn them licking their paws, their eyes on an upraised spoon, we who dance hungry and wild under a winter's moon.
Fireflies by Grace Wilson Copland. I like to chase the fireflies, chase them to and fro. I like to watch them dart about, their little lamps aglow. In the evening's twilight dim, I follow them about. I often think I have one caught, and then his light goes out. I cannot tell just where he is until he winks, you see. Then far away I see his light. He's played a joke on me.
The Cricket by Marjorie Barrows. And when the rain had gone away, and it was shining everywhere, I ran out on the walk to play, and found a little bug was there. and he was running just as fast as any little bug could run, until he stopped for breath at last, all black and shiny in the sun. And then he chirped a song to me and gave his wings a little tug, and that's the way he showed that he was very glad to be a bug. Little Snail by Hilda Conkling. I saw a little snail come down the garden walk. He wagged his head this way, that way, like a clown in a circus. He looked from side to side, as though he were from a different country. I have always said he carries his house on his back. Today in the rain, I saw that it was his umbrella.
The Worm by Ralph Bergengren. When the earth is turned in spring, the worms are fat as anything, and birds come flying all around to eat the worms right off the ground. They like worms just as much as I like bread and milk and apple pie. And once when I was very young, I put a worm right on my tongue. I didn't like the taste a bit, and so I didn't swallow it. But oh, it makes my mother squirm, because she thinks I ate that worm.
The Grasshoppers by Dorothy Aldous. High up over the top of feathery grasses the grasshoppers hop. They won't eat their suppers. They will not obey their grasshopper mothers and fathers who say, "Listen, my children, this must be stopped. Now is the time your last hop should be hopped. So come eat your suppers and go to your beds." But the little green grasshoppers shake their green heads. "No, no," the naughty ones say. "All we have time to do now is to play. If we want supper, we'll nip at a fly or nibble a blueberry as we go by. If we feel sleepy, we'll close our eyes tight and snoozle away in a harebell all night. But not now. Now we must hop, and nobody can make us stop." Chanticleer by John Farrar. High and proud on the barnyard fence walks Rooster in the morning. He shakes his comb, he shakes his tail, and gives his daily warning. "Get up, you lazy boys and girls. It's time you should be dressing." I wonder if he keeps a clock, or if he's only guessing. The Chickens. Said the first little chicken with a queer little squirm, "I wish I could find a fat little worm." Said the next little chicken with an odd little shrug, "I wish I could find a fat little slug." Said the third little chicken with a sharp little squeal, "I wish I could find some nice yellow meal." Said the fourth little chicken with a small sigh of grief, "I wish I could find a little green leaf." Said the fifth little chicken with a faint little moan, "I wish I could find a wee gravel stone." "Now see here," said the mother from the green garden patch, "if you want any breakfast, just come here and scratch." The House of the Mouse by Lucy Sprague Mitchell. The house of the mouse is a wee little house, a green little house in the grass, which big clumsy folk may hunt and may poke, and still never see as they pass this sweet little, neat little, wee little, green little, cuddle-down hideaway house in the grass.